Hey guys, welcome back to the last Remnant. This will be kind of post-commentary video. I kind of screwed up when I was plugging in my headset, so that was my fault, but I still should be able to provide some assistance in some way. Last episode I got my butt kicked by some wyverns. So I'm going through the process of actually fighting all these different monsters here and there, and I'm probably gonna speed it up, but I'll let a couple of battles go by and I'll actually speed it up for you guys so you don't have to sit there and watch every single fight. But the fighting is part of the game. It's actually one of the main parts of it, so you can't just really knock it off. I know you guys, if you were enjoying this, it's been 10 months since I actually uploaded any footage of this. It's because I needed a better computer, and after that I was trying to finish up some LPs and I just started different ones, and I just could never find a really good time to do it. So I was like, you know what? I finished Minish Cap, so I'm just gonna do this.
Don't worry about their numbers.
And I'm going to provide the post commentary. I actually recorded it before I finished Minish Cap.
Let's kick some tail.
These fights aren't too hard. It's just the wyverns you want to be very careful of at this point. They're very, very tough, and they are able to do lots of damage to your party members. That's why you want to do what you can to level up your character's stats. That's one good thing about having the PC version, is that you are able to easily, how do I put it? You're easily able to have the autosave, which helps you out a lot. If you didn't have the autosave enabled, you just save a lot. I actually don't have it enabled on this. I just do a lot of saving because I played it on the Xbox 360, which I don't recommend you do. I actually recommend on PC. But it is one of the worst things. You just got in the habit of saving every time. If you were uncertain you would win a fight. PC has an autosave function, which if you enable it, it will save every time you've exited a battle or entered a new area, which is really nice. And so these different fights, I'm not quite sure why they decided to put wyverns in here. I guess they wanted to make them more difficult fights. I don't know. But then you have these little wimpy spiders, and it's like, what the heck? If you haven't noticed already, I am playing this with a gamepad. I found it a lot easier on my fingers because to play it with a gamepad, just in general, I actually like the feel of using a controller for this game. I'm using a USB PS3 gamepad, so that's what I've got going on with that. There isn't too much to these fights. Like I said, probably after this one I'll speed everything up for you guys until I get to the wyverns. So this may be a short episode. I am gonna make these half-an-hour episodes now, so it's not too long and you're not sitting there for an hour. I know a lot of people don't have an hour to sit down and watch an episode of something. But I was trying to think of episode constraints, but you know, I should just go with it and say, you know what, you get more episodes when I record. How about that? So that's my plan. Whether or not it works or not, I don't know. And Sandy pulls off a really nice counterattack.
Keep it together.
Alright, very nice. My commentary won't be so sparse when I actually am recording it with live commentary, I hope. But it would be more engaged in the game than it is right now, just simply because it's not going to be post commentary. Okay, I will, after this is going, I decided to split this one and split the carcass, and I decided to leave. Okay, I will see you guys in a minute after the speed up, and we will fight the wyverns when we come back. See you guys in a minute. Alright, and we're back. I did some enemy killing. Hopefully that will be enough to give us enough stats to fight this guy. Alright. I think it's been long overdue to fight this guy again. It's time for a rematch. A rematch of the lifetime. Seems like a lifetime ago then, since I actually had this match. So it fits. Alright, this fight is still not going to be a joke. Look at the morale. It is really low on our side. If the morale, I don't remember if I ever mentioned it earlier in the LP, but I'm going to mention it now. Even if I didn't before. Morale is a big thing in the game. If it's like, in this case, here where ally morale is very low and enemy morale is very high, what happens is the enemies are more accurate with their hits, they're more powerful, and the ally attacks are less powerful, and their defense goes down, and they also hit less. As you can see right here, Rush automatically gets killed, which really sucks because I don't have any way to revive him. So, in this fight, I am left without him. I do win this one, but it just takes forever. It's constant back and forth with my opponent, trying to keep both unions alive because there's no other way to do this. And as you see, that failed horribly. But what I do with Dave is do some healing, but that is short-lived with the other wyvern coming in for a raid lock. Now, I do not remember. Oh, I guess I did explain raid locks at one point. Raid locks, for those who don't know, are basically if someone disengages a deadlock with someone and does something else, either go fight a different union or go to heal themselves or buff another union up. That's when that happens. Okay, rear assaults. When enemies in deadlock, if one union is flanked by two unions, any further union deadlocking will, the victim will be of a rear assault, and the unions being attacked will take more damage. That's basically what that was saying. Sorry, it kind of cut me off. But I do eventually get the wyvern down, and it's just Dave versus a wyvern, and it's not easy. I basically have him healing every round because I don't want him to die, which is completely reasonable because he hits like a truck. So you need to keep your health up. I was just fortunate enough to kill the wyvern when I did, and the fact that I was able to deal as much damage as I was before both unions passed out. And there is a way to revive unions in this game. I didn't realize until after I did this, is that I ran out of, even in those previous fights I never had to revive anyone, but I didn't realize that I ran out of all the items to revive people with, so I was kind of screwed there. But I do eventually kill both wyverns, which is nice. And oh, my bad. That's when Dave learns it. I thought he already had it. I guess not. Vivification Herb is the ability that you use to actually revive people. I don't have any of the items to do that with, but thankfully, when you're done with the battle, all HP and all that's healed, so you don't have to worry about it too much if that's something you are worried about. If like you have 2 unions die and you have 1 left, once the battle's finished and you have won, if you didn't, you got a game over. But if when you win, all your units heal HP, get their HP healed and everything. So there's no need to worry about it. If you can win, don't worry about like trying to use items to revive people. It's pretty much just a waste of resources. I'm not saying it's a terrible idea, but unless if it's a really small fight, I wouldn't worry about it too much if something dumb happened and they got incapacitated. Or if it's a tough fight, I would definitely revive them, because that means they're more likely to actually get something in the end of it. Because if a union's incapacitated, those units don't get anything at the end of it. As you saw, it was only Dave's union that actually got anything out of that Wyvern fight, and Rush's union and Emma's union didn't get anything out of it. It's kind of a win situation that I actually did defeat it, but it was a loss because I didn't have... they didn't gain anything out of it. Most of my team didn't gain anything out of it, which they probably would have. Now, this was pretty close. Thankfully, Pogus was healing that time around, but unfortunately, Torgal, for some reason, decided not to hit. And I was missing triggers on that one, which was pretty bad. But thankfully, Emma cleaned up. I gotta say, Emma's one of my favorite characters in this game. She is total boss. There's a mission later on where we just use her and Rush, and it's actually part of the story. So that's why I suggest you always have her in, since it, like, once you actually can, it's so you can have her and Rush ready to actually do that one mission. That's the thing. You can take her out after that, but I really wouldn't, just simply because she is that awesome. Why wouldn't you keep an awesome general at your side kicking so much butt? But hey, it's up to you. Alright, this is the item we're looking for inside this chest. It's a special statue that allows us to go around to those little, these little rock statue things with a little aura around it. And we have to use our statue that we have in our inventory to remove that. Alright, we're going... Yep, there we go. And the aura dissipates. And you have to do this for every single one of these statues. So I traveled around to do this. it's also that's also a thing to do. I mean, I guess you could take out the enemies while trying to do this, but I found it to be rather annoying. That's why I usually go out and clean out this area before I start doing this. But and I decided to save. I was like, oh yeah, I defeat the Wyvern. I probably should save, which is always a smart thing. You do want to defeat. It will save it after you do something like that. And I was like, well, where's the map? I found out I actually don't have the map. And I was like, oh, great. Because usually you can get a better idea of where you're going with the map, of course, as always. Now, I probably don't get everything in this cavern. I don't know. Reason being is I hadn't played this game, like I said, in about 10 months, and I hadn't been in this area longer than that. So I really don't remember too much about item locations. I will do my best to do better. I will probably actually have to look it up to future locations so I can show you guys where all the items are. I decided I didn't want to have another Wyvern fight, so I decided to go around it. It's kind of annoying since he's like in that one central point, but it's not impossible. Usually there isn't 2 Wyverns in this area, which kind of made it a little bit annoying, but it's not undoable for this part of the mesh, and it could be that he was a special Wyvern and I didn't even think about doing it, simply because I didn't want to fight another Wyvern. But I do believe it was just a normal one. But then again, most like boss named enemies are normal looking. So here's another one of the statues. Another reason why I wanted the map was to actually show you where they were, so you could get an idea of where you need to go. If you are playing this kind of like along with the LP, just kind of follow the paths I take. There is a path where I diverge and kind of run into a Wyvern, but I escaped before a battle ensued, so it's not too bad. So after you use the statue on all the little bigger statues, this shows up. Now you have to head back where that Wyvern was that we got the statue from, because that's where that little device will be. It looks very... oh gosh, forgot about that. There is a... it does look like the device, the remnants that actually send you back to the world map, but it's different. It doesn't send you back to the world map, it just sends you to one just like. It sends you to another remnant just like it. And I think I'm gonna cut the video off here. I did speed it up, like I said. It's going to be a shorter video. I'm sorry if those fights were way too fast. I didn't realize I did that many before I fought the Wyvern, so I cut a couple of them out, but kept most of it sped up, so it seemed like something was going on. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I'm glad I got this thing back up on its feet. Hopefully I can keep continuing this, and I will see you guys next time on Last Remnant. In the next episode, bye.